Good morning. It's Tuesday. Yesterday, I want to post a video. Stormy demanded to see kitty cats, so this right here is Sarah. She's you were our first foster fail, weren't you? Right. We brought her in as a pregnant foster cat. She had two kittens, who we named Sunny and Cher. Uh, and then we adopted the babies out, and then we adopted her out to a family that had a wee little baby of their own. Um, if I say wee baby, it was the child was probably like two or three. Um, and they ended up like bringing the cat back to the animal rescue that we work with, Eka Animals. I also run their website. They said that the cat wasn't playing with their kid and was just hiding all the time, which is true. You were hiding all the time because she's a cat, not a dog, and I think what they really wanted was a puppy. Um, but at the time, me and my wife were on vacation, either on a family vacation with my sister, or we were on a vacation to see the eclipse. I can't remember which trip that was. So, Miss Sarah spent some time at our local cat cafe called Fat Cat Cafe. It's a very nice place. They have a lot of very friendly kitties there. Um, and so, how long did you spend there? Like 2 or 3 days? Yeah. She spent about 2 or 3 days there. Then, when we got there, she was hiding in the back underneath one of the kitty litter bins. So we brought her home, and we're like, okay, well, the plan is to adopt her back out. Uh, but she was so petrified when we picked her up. We thought that we had lost all the progress we had made in acclimating her to people. Uh, but then we got her back in the house, and she just flopped over on the floor, meowed at us, and jumped up on the couch and started like cuddling with me and my wife on the couch. And that's when we knew that we were just gonna have to keep her. Yeah, it's a shame. Some family out there is missing out on having a really friendly cat, and she is unique in that she doesn't like being held unless you're petting her ears. So I could probably pet her ears and do anything I wanted to her. I can flop her upside down, flop her on my shoulder. Just as long as you're pulling on those ears, scratching them, she's fine with it. Right, Mama? I love you. Yeah, you're a sweet girl. But she's one of five that we have. So maybe every morning I pick up a cat and I tell you about a cat that we have. And then give a plug for Eka Animals. They're at ekaanimals.org. Great organization. Lots of cats go through them, get adopted out to very loving families. Most of them are not foster fails like that or foster returns. Most of them go out to new homes. Me and my wife at the beginning of the pandemic, we Sarah was our first one, and she had two kittens. Then we had a who was after that? Fluffy was after that, and Fluffy was a stray cat that we had here at the house. She just showed up, and she had six kittens, and we were able to adopt four of those out. And we kept two of the three boys because there was three boys and three girls. And we named them all after Deep Space Nine characters. So we had Bashir, Odo, Jedzia, Ezri, Odo, Miles, and I'm missing someone in there. But regardless, she only has so much patience. Uh, yeah, we were able to adopt out everyone except for the two boys, and my wife had fallen in love with one of Sarah's kittens, but um, our plan was not to have any more cats, like for a while. Um, and uh, when Fluffy had her babies, one of them was another ginger tabby. So she fell in love with that kitten, and he fell in love with her, and it was adorable because he always jumps up in her lap and like headbutts her and just loves the heck out of her, and he lets me pet him every now and then, just every now and then. So his brother, however, Odo, I was working right here at this desk, And at the time, I had a printer scanner set up to the left of me, which I'm going to be setting up again eventually. But he would just come in and plop down on top of the printer and scanner and just sleep with me all day long, like while I worked here in the office. I eventually put a blanket on top there because I noticed there was cat fur getting stuck in the scanner portion of the printer scanner part. So I put a blanket up there, and pretty much every day since then, he's been right by my side. That's Mr. Odo, who maybe I'll pull him out tomorrow. He is a very large cat. He's like 20 pounds, very long, very beautiful, very friendly, very codependent. Uh, when we go to sleep, we don't let the cat sleep with us, and we open the door the next morning, and he's pissed. Like he's yelling at us when we open the door. Like, guys, I know you were in there. What were you doing without me? Were you sleeping? Because I could sleep with you, and that's true. He will sleep with us, and he does pretty well, pretty okay. But he's a cat, so his schedule is a little different than ours. So he wants to party at 4 o'clock in the morning, and that's the wrong time. And when he does sleep, he's like I said, a 20-pound cat, and he likes to sleep on legs, so you can't move your legs around when you're sleeping. It's very frustrating. So he's a great cat though. He just gets so angry when we open up the door. He's like screaming. Uh, anyway, so what I did yesterday, uh, because that's the actual point of this, is to say what I did yesterday, and then what I'm gonna do today, and then what I need help getting done. So yesterday I moved the plants from the garage back out to the yard because we're done with the freeze. Thank God, because it was too cold. I live in Florida, even though I know Tallahassee's like southern Georgia at this point, like climate wise. But so we're done with the freeze. I moved the plants out into the back. We still have tomatoes growing on the tomato plants, which is weird, but I guess at all times tomatoes will grow. Then I raked the yard for about an hour, which a little bit of that was on Twitch. It wasn't until after I was done that I realized that I didn't have any kind of audio on there. So maybe next time I do something like that, I'll put more chill hop or something. Did you come back? Yeah, a little bit of loving, and you want some more. Come here. Hi. Uh, what do we do after that? Then we went to the movies, and I saw American Fiction, which was not the movie I thought it was going to be. I was thinking it was going to be more of an absurdist humor, and it turned out to be more of uh, a realistic, if humorous look at black families and black Americans and how they're portrayed through the lens of uh, rich and powerful white publishers that have just a smidge of white guilt about everything. Uh, and it was very good. It was quite good, in fact. And I'm happy I was able to see it in theaters. Uh, which I think is like I canceled the A list, and the whole reason I'm going to the movie so often right now is to take advantage of it before it goes. But I think I want to actually keep it going. Well, because now that I have the free time, for now at least, I'm gonna be able to see like all these movies that normally I would wait until it was on streaming or a friend had the disc, which is becoming so much more rare these days because no one's buying physical movies anymore. Except for me, I like them. I like looking at them up on my shelf and then watching them whenever I want, without ads or anyone tracking what I'm watching and then advertising to me based off of what they think I like. But today I am going to go see Iron Eagle, I think is the name of the film. I hear it's a lucky go happy story of an American family, which I am saying sarcastically because I think it's actually a tragedy. But Zac Efron's in it, and that guy has done very well for himself, in my opinion, acting wise. So look forward to seeing exactly how tragic this film is. Uh, But yesterday, after I was done with the movie, I came back home and I raked some more. That part was not on Twitch because I just came home and wanted to finish up the front yard, which I'm sort of quasi finished with the front yard now. I'm just like the most curb appeal portion of it is done. Now I have to do all the fiddly bits that require me to just do the work so that it looks actually okay. Because there's side lots on the two sides of my house that those are not done, and then I haven't raked the backyard since I bought this house, and I think it's probably time. It's probably time and get that cleaned up. Maybe try to design something back there like walkways and where to put plants and that kind of thing. It's pretty cool. Um, then once I was done with that, I went back to the job hunt and applied to about 15 more jobs, half of which I don't expect I'll ever hear anything from, and a quarter of which I've already gotten rejections back from, and the other ones, they'll probably have rejections in over the next week or so. But there's some really bad hiring trends out there with poorly written job descriptions, no salaries on the jobs, uh, the feeling that the job is just being posted so that they can offer it to an internal hire. Like I don't know. I get the feeling that my next position is going to be from my professional network that I've built of people I've worked with in the past, people I've hooked up with through the PMI, the local chapter of the Project Management Institute, because like just these cold call things, I'm constantly referring to this job hunt as like just professional dating because the whole thing really feels like you're doing speed dating, or you're in some cases you're doing just the Tinder flip left or right, whichever way you go with those. I never actually used Tinder because I got married before they got big, but it's a numbers game. You throw out enough things, have a pretty enough profile picture, have a CV that looks pretty good, maybe write a cover letter that is more fact than fiction, and catches someone's eye, then sure, maybe maybe you'll get one of those randos out there to be interested in you, um, or have someone that you know recommend you. That's the best way to get a date, and that's the best way to get a job. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But today, like I said, I'm going to the movies. Got to rake the yard. I'm taking Charlotte to the vet because she's got an ear infection that is causing her to be congested and her eyes all goopy, and it's gross. She's the elderly cat in the house. I think she's 15 or 16 years old. Uh, and yeah, she's hanging in there. She's doing all right. So we want to get the doctor to take a look at her ear and see if they can't clean it out and give us something to help her out there. But I think that's it for today, and I will see you guys tomorrow.